Hello students, today we will be discussing the seventh question, A part, the first one, okay, the first part of the seventh A question. So seventh question is stated as shown here. So it shows a coil of wire wound on a thin plastic cylinder. So you can see there is a thin plastic cylinder out here on which a wire is coiled, okay. A magnet is fixed to a trolley. You can see there is a small trolley out here. There is a magnet, bar magnet, and which is kept on a small trolley, and this trolley can freely move along this plane without friction through the cylinder and the coil. Means it can travel through the cylinder and the coil. So what we have to find out is the trolley when it is released from point A. You can see there is a point A. If the trolley is released from the point A, so we have to find out when it runs through the coil from the right, this is the right direction, to the left. So state and explain what is observed on the galvanometer. As you are already aware, what is galvanometer used for? Galvanometer is used to check the flux, magnetic flux, okay. So the answer is the deflection is seen for some time. When the bar magnet moves along this plane, the deflection is seen in the galvanometer for some time when the magnet moves towards and away from the coil. When it moves towards and away from the coil, there is a deflection here on the galvanometer. And due to the change of magnetic flux, we have already said that this is used to check the magnetic flux. So due to the change in magnetic flux, the magnet moves from the right direction to the left direction. So once it moves from the right direction to the left direction, galvanometer is extremely sensitive, and the deflection due to the change in the magnetic flux is recorded in the galvanometer. So this deflection is properly explained by Faraday's law, okay. So we have completed the seventh question A, the first part, okay. Thank you so much. Hello friends, last time we had discussed seventh question A, the first part. So first part I'll give you a brief once again before coming to the second part. So first part we had seen this diagram itself. This was a plastic cylinder, okay, and wire was coiled on it, and galvanometer was connected, and it was released from this point. Now in the second point, second part, 7th A, the second part, now the bar magnet will be released from this point. You can see over here, this is the point where the bar magnet will be released. Now earlier it was released from this point, okay, this being the left direction, this being the right direction. Now it will be released from this point, okay. Bar magnet is put on a trolley and it is released from the point B now. So we'll come back to the question 7th A, the second part. The second part states that the trolley is now released from point B, okay. The trolley, this is the trolley on which the bar magnet is kept, is now released from the point B. So it runs through the coil from right direction to the left direction. State what is observed on the galvanometer. We have to explain what is seen in this galvanometer and explain why it is different from the first part and when compared to the second part. Earlier when we released the trolley from this point, why the answer is different, and when we will be releasing now from this point, why the answer will be different. So there are two different answers. When it is released from here, we have already answered. When it is released from point B, we will be answering right now, okay. So we'll come back to the question. The answer is the rate of change of deflection in the galvanometer. The rate of change of deflection when it is released from the point B is increased once the trolley is moves from A to B. When the trolley is moved from this direction to this direction, the galvanometer deflection increases. Okay, so there will be a larger deflection in the galvanometer. So the deflection in the galvanometer will be larger, and the rate of change of magnetic flux will increase as the trolley moves from the point B. So this is the question's answer. Earlier the trolley was over here, now it is over here. So when it is moved from this point A point to B point, the galvanometer, the flux increases, so that is why the deflection also increases. Okay, so we have answered the seventh question A, the second part. Thank you so much. Hello students, we are coming to the end of the seventh question. We will be going to the seventh question B part. So in the seventh question there is a diagram given wherein it is shown, you can see the diagram it is drawn. Here there is a damped grass in a sense, wet grass, and here there is a pavement and electric heater is there. You can see electric heater is there. These are tiled flooring and this is called paved area. So this is the paved area, and there is a socket. You can see a socket and a plug and the wire over here. There is a cut in the insulation, and here it is mentioned that this wire or the lead or the cable is for 25-watt lamp. Okay, but the current taken by the electric heater, you can see over here, is 3 kilowatt. So 3 kilowatt, you are already aware, 3 into 10 raised to 3 watts. So it is taking more than the current what is passing through over here. Okay, so this is the figure given. Okay, there is a cut over here and the socket is over here in the damped grass, and there is a paved area over here. This is the plug marked over here, and this is the electric heater. Okay, it is taking consuming 3 into 10 raised to 3 watt. Okay, electricity. So let me go through the question first. So it is 7th B, and this figure, as we have discussed this figure over here shows an extension lead or the cable used for the supply of power to 3 kilowatt electric heater on a cool evening. So on a cool evening, the more current will be consumed. Okay, state and explain 3 dangers in this arrangement. What is the danger in this arrangement? There is an insulation cut over here. It is kept on a damped grass, wet grass, and it is taking more current. Electric heater is taking more current than the capacity of the wire. Okay, so what is the 3 dangers? First danger is the power is too high for the electric heater. Okay, the power consumed is too high. The extension cable or the lead will catch fire. The extension cable or the lead, this cable or the wire, will catch fire. The cable is designed for 23 watt, and the electric heater is producing power of 3 into 10 raised to 3 watt, which results in overheating and the cable or the lead burns. Okay, so first point is due to overheating the cable burns. So second danger is, this is the first danger we have covered. We are coming to the second danger. Second danger is there is a cut. As I told you earlier, there is a cut in the outer insulation. So outer insulation there is a cut, so there is or may be a chance of a short circuit. Okay, there is a chance of a short circuit out here in this particular area. If someone tries to touch the outer insulation, if someone comes over here and tries to touch the outside of the wire, there is a sure possibility of that person will be getting electrocuted. So this is the second danger. The third danger, coming to the third danger, is that as we have already discussed, this is a wet grass. So due to the dampness or the wet grass, the nearby people, if there are any other people standing nearby, they are of higher risk of getting electrocuted. They electrocuted in the sense they are at higher use of getting electric shock. Okay, so these are the three dangers. First danger is due to overheating. The cable has 25 watt capacity, but the electric appliances, electric heater is consuming more power, 3 into 10 raised to 3 watt, which results in the overheating of the cable. And due to cut in the outer insulation over here, if someone comes and touched over here, that person will get electrocuted, or electric shock he will receive. And the third part is due to the dampness or the wetness of the grass, the person standing nearby here or anywhere in this wet grass have a higher possibility of getting electric shock or getting electrocuted. So we have covered three dangers. We have completed the 7th question B part. Thank you so much.